Yo, 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 yo.
Hey, whoa, what's good, bro?
Ain't much happening. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, chilling.
That's what's up. We back with another Breaking the Narrative podcast, BTN for short. I am Teddy.
And Mark Anthony.
Um, and today we gonna. A while ago we did a bro code podcast and we talked about a lot of things like as far as like quote unquote bro code and all the rules and regulations it takes into going and that kind of stuff. So today we're gonna dive in a little deeper into one of these topics, which is another topic that's heating up right now, popular debate going on, and that's how long are your friends' ex significant others off limits? And I have a spreadsheet actually that I found where somebody made up a mathematical like time frame
Mm-hmm.
depending on the scenario of how long a person's actually be off limits. I want your opinion. I'm gonna go one by one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we just gonna get into the freestyle.
All right.
So the first one says that if a person is married, all of their exes are no longer off limits, no matter what the friendship, best friend, whatever relationship y'all have. If a person gets married, their exes become fair game immediately. What do you feel about that?
I get why that's being said, simply because shit. Once you get married, like
Yo, you out the game.
it's just like it's no intentions of you. It's no intentions of the what if anymore. I'm a little on the fence about that.
Okay.
I mean, if you getting married, bro, and all that, congratulations to you, and that's great and all. It's just now if homie is really gonna go ahead and go for the ex, it's like how he's gonna handle how he handles the relationship. Because like I mentioned to you before, there's some exes that's gonna know how to push buttons.
Correct.
And if they know how to push buttons after who knows how much time, that's quite unfortunate. And of course, the wife of the dude is going to be like, well, it shouldn't matter to you anyway. But I mean, reality, sometimes it can. So as long as he knows how to manage that relationship, it is what it is, especially if he's going to be bringing old girl around for like maybe gatherings and shit like that or whatever the case may be, sure. But like now, for example, if I'm about to get married, nah, don't bring it to my wedding.
Okay.
Don't bring it to my wedding.
So your ex not invited to your wedding.
Yeah, don't bring my ex to my wedding. I mean, there's definitely some exes that just don't need to be there. Like that's a quick way to get escorted the fuck out, ASAP.
Okay, so
I'll do it for you. I'll step off the altar and do it
so
for
you
you.
got a no nonsense policy.
Yeah, I do. I mean, there's still a code. I mean, if you gonna do it, man, there's still some grounds and regulations, man.
Okay. So it doesn't matter how long ago y'all dated, like they just can't come to the wedding.
Yeah, there's certain things that's not gonna matter, obviously, especially if it's just like 15, 20 years or whatever.
Still don't matter.
There's still some things that like don't matter that happened with that ex. I'm like, oh shit, well, I don't give a fuck. But
Gotcha.
then there's still some leverage that she has because she knows you. You know what I'm saying? She's been with you.
Correct.
Like I said, like the whole pushing the buttons thing. If they still know how to do it, that's unfortunate, but that is a thing. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, or she could be like on some demon time. Oh, I'm at this nigga wedding. Oh, I'm about to act a fool in this motherfucker.
Yeah, you never know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
man, might as well get that shit out the way because one, I don't need you fucking up my shit that I might be paying for or that I am paying for or whatever. It's my time too. It's my wedding too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to hear it. My wife is already stressing out, or my soon-to-be wife has already been probably stressing out, getting prepared for all this other stuff. And two, I don't need to see her go to jail in a wedding dress if she's that type of woman.
Okay.
Because I'm definitely gonna let her do it. So it is just like, come on, bro. And then of course I'm gonna look at the homie. I'm like, come on, yeah, you know that that was a bad idea. Especially given like chances is this homie would actually know why me and Shorty separated.
Okay.
Like, you know, the bad history and all. Like, come on, man. But what is alarming to me is the fact that one. Well, I'm gonna go backwards. One thing is you're willing to go deal with that same ex that I told you the raw information about. Chances is she's still that type of person.
Right.
So that's alarming. Two, chances is if you was sitting here trying to get with Shorty now that I'm getting married, how long have you been wanting to get with Shorty, possibly even when I was with her?
Oh well, that's a thing too.
Exactly.
But I've seen it happen.
I was just like,
I've seen it happen on the other spectrum though, where a person they're not generally interested at first, and then over years. Because like I said, if it's a situation where it's like
there's a possibility. Yeah.
All right, that was 12 years ago, and we have grown up. We have went down different paths and things of that nature. It might be a situation now. If it's something like damn, we broke up last year. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about, you want to date her and this and that. Like, then that kind of person probably been, man, he don't know what to do with her. Or, all right, so I'm going to read the second one, right? It says, currently booed up people can still claim their exes to be off limits as long as the relationship was within the last 3 years.
What is the point of that? That sounds confusing as hell.
Maybe because the time frame is so small, the situation of the relationship is still kind of intimate.
I mean, if you boot up, are you talking about like? I mean, chances is that if that's the case, then you might still be fucking around with the ex too.
When they say booed up, I'm just taking that as maybe casually dating or just entering a relationship. I'm not going to take that as like you're to the point where you're about to get married, because then they would have said something way different.
Oh yeah, it's
the terminology booed up is
that's definitely a difference. But,
yeah.
Just like still, just the fact that you entertaining somebody. For me, like if you entertaining somebody else, what is the point? Unless, like I said, you are still, also fucking around with that ex too from time to time. That's the only reason why I think that would matter.
Okay, I mean, but it's not you. The thing is like your friend or something. That's what this is all around though. It ain't you still messing with your ex. It's like, let's say you jump into a relationship, and then I'd be like, all right, well, damn, Mark in a new relationship. Let me go holler at his ex. Then he ain't gonna care. That's like how that's the perspective you should.
I think I definitely still would feel a type of way.
Yeah,
especially within 3 years.
Yeah, I'm about to say within the last 3 years. So,
again, like it is just I can't help but speculate. Like, damn, bro. Like, did you? I don't know.
No,
I would have questions.
If the time frame is this small, this person's been wanting your girl.
Yeah,
like 3 years. That's not.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely gonna have some questions.
Because that means as long as the person's been around, they've imagined being in your shoes.
But see, the thing is though, there has to be for me. There would have to be executive decisions being made.
Like what?
Because if it's in that small time frame like that, I'm gonna have to go ahead and self-evaluate to see if I even still need to have that friend around too. Because because the thing is, dude is gonna do what he want to do. He's gonna do. He's gonna do him. But it's just like now, I'm like, all right, cool. Well, it's gonna have to be out of sight, out of mind, because I can't really have you around while you're doing that. Like, especially 3 years. I mean, that's still kind of fresh.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. It was still intimate. Yeah.
So yeah, bro. Like, I don't need to. Whatchamacallit, I don't need to be around you one day. Oh yeah, man, such and such is calling me right now or whatever, and blah blah blah. And I don't want to have the time to hear you complain about her, because I've been there, done that.
Okay.
And two, it's just like that's gonna trigger some shit. Like, nah, you all right, cool, bro. You can do you or whatever, but definitely allow me the space to get past that and leave me the fuck alone, respectfully so, and understandably. Like, hopefully you can understand that, because I just yeah. That's like re-entering the relationship without actually being in the relationship.
Yeah. Within 3 years, I I couldn't do it. Everybody had to go. Like the ex,
Peace.
the friend. Yeah.
Oh, the ex was already is
Well, they
to a
already
degree.
gone.
I mean,
They're
a lot
already
of
gone technically.
some of them don't go. I can speak firsthand, but
Yeah. I'm friends with a few. I'm friends with most of my exes technically.
a lot of them are like rightfully so through experiences. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah. All right. So this one is funny. This one says anybody you dated in college does not have limits on them. People were dating just for the hell of it in college. You didn't really think you were going to marry the person you were dating in college. What do you feel about that? I didn't go to college, so
I wouldn't even really call me, a collegiate person for real. So I can't really. I don't feel like I could really touch too much on this.
all right,
But I do get
go
that.
off the stigma and the what we always hear about the college experience when it comes to dating.
Oh yeah, I
and stuff
mean,
like
well, we all know that a lot of people just
doing the grown up.
they out there experiencing shit.
Yeah.
You think you experiencing something or experimenting out there in high school? No, it's just for what's really being said for those who are out there doing that shit. Like, but as far as like saying, they really didn't have no expectations of getting married. I do believe it's a good percentage, even though it might be small. It's still a good percentage that people actually do expect to have a future with somebody that they dealing with in college.
Oh, okay. I would have to look up numbers. Like I said, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the proof is in the pudding when you in your actions at college.
Yeah, like all the parties and I don't know.
Nah.
So this one, which I kind of like this one. This one says that all great loves remain off limits forever. So if you was in a relationship where it was a great, strong relationship and y'all happen to break up, it says no matter how long ago it was, that ex will always be off limits. I agree with that.
It's a yes or no for me. It really depends on some fine details, depending on how y'all really end. But if y'all like end on a mutual thing, then it's just like, all right, cool. Y'all separated or whatever. That just brings me back to possibly having to separate the friendship as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's for like safety purposes. Like, oh well, it's not really hard feelings between me and the ex or whatever, but that is a deep joint. And again, assuming that the friend knows that too, but at the same time, like that could possibly a conflict of interest. Because here's the thing: it's not just for the benefit of you; it's also for the benefit of the friend. All right, me and her, we had great history and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep bringing her back around? Like we created this distance or whatever. You want to bring her back around or whatever, and like that's granted. Like if you're still single or whatever the case may be, however your life is going, like you just don't want to bring that around you because that was a great love. Right. Who knows what could transpire or whatever or actually occur the very moment they meet up again.
Yeah, I get that perspective too. If you're in a relationship, and you were on the verge of like merge or something like that, and then something happened where the relationship just fell apart, then it's just like nobody should even look at her that way if they like in your circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if it was in like high school, or even if because imagine you dating somebody, let's say like 7-8 years, and I'm 33, so that means for about 1/4 of my life I was with this person. I feel like she should be off limits.
And I get that, but there's still gonna be somebody who's gonna try their hand.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're discussing it. But it's like me, I would excommunicate, obviously, with that person. You know what I'm saying? And then I will probably have a conversation with like my ex, and then excommunicate with her. Obviously, you can have that conversation with, presumably, I'm guessing the guy. But like you said earlier, guys are going to be guys.
Well, how well do you think the conversation with X is really gonna go?
It's not meant to go. It would be meant to like kind of just, voice my opinion, and then go on from there.
Okay, so basically, just kind of like, well, at least you know because you can't say that I didn't say anything.
More like a. I really don't agree with this decision and situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas think differently, so I know if he's approaching you, half of the approach is coming from lust. You know what I'm saying? You, on the other hand, you're more than likely thinking with an emotional attachment, which is, now I'm curious to know, like, has that always been there? Is that something you developed? Because if we all been friends for so long, in the back of your mind, have you always been like, well, I'd rather mess with him technically. Now, did I just waste this whole 8 years? Because, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the most dominant killer out of this whole entire podcast, bro. It's just the what if.
Yeah.
It's just like, yo, at this point, man, it's making me say that, man, fuck the bullshit out for all the questions. For real, man. They just generally just off limits. It's either you're not my friend or she's off limits 100%.
Yeah, and it's, I get with every scenario, you're just gonna find yourself questioning.
Yeah, man.
Somebody here.
That's
not
Pandora's
loyal.
box right there.
Yeah.
Bro. That's just it's crazy. Unless you really just don't genuinely care, like you're just like, nah, man, I'm good. I really don't. I'm over it.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
So we're gonna change up, right? And we're gonna go the reverse angle. So not one of your people's talking to your ex. But let's say if you were interested in one of your ex's close friends, do you feel like they're off limits? Do you feel like after a certain time period?
I do believe that, respectfully so, that they will be off limits.
Okay.
Like for certain, I actually have been in a scenario like this. So, I mean, I do know there are some exes, like their close friends or whatever, I don't touch, obviously, and that I haven't been interested in. So, like, I could automatically just push that out. But there actually has been one that I had communicated with pretty recently, and I actually saw somebody that I known before her.
Okay.
And I was just like, and it was just like, it was a potential, like, what if? Not really like, oh yeah, I'm really interested in such and such, and I'm gonna go for it kind of thing. But it was just like, that what if thought came up, and I was like, damn, I haven't expected to see her, and such or whatever. And that, the headspace for that was already based off of how the connection was between me and my ex. We're pretty fucking cool. But it's like, what would I be holding myself off from? Because this ex, I've dated when I was in the early teens.
Okay.
And so we haven't spoken in over a decade. And then something came back up. We was hanging out and everything was cool. And then, of course, there was some slight memory lane things going on and stuff like that. But there was a degree that showed me, like, yeah, this really may not go anywhere. And it's like, all right, cool, I respect it. I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. Like, it is what it is. It didn't feel too heavy of a weight to bear. So I was like, all right, cool. And so the what if came up, and I was just like, nah. Like, just like respect. If I ever was to, feel deep enough to actually want to take that jump, it was just like, nah. Because it was a respect thing. Mm-hmm. And so when I actually saw that other person, I was just like, well, one, this wouldn't have happened if I wasn't to, attend this event, which was for my ex. And two, it was just like, I'm there specifically for my ex. I mean, yeah, I'm there for the event as well, but in the end game, I'm there for my ex. Like, right. The way things was ending, yeah, it was exclusive. Okay. So, it was just like, nah, I think it's best if I don't. And now that's just me personally, because you know me, I like to go by morals.
Right.
So you know, I'll deprive myself from certain shit
You know
just
what?
if it doesn't seem
I feel
right.
like that's always going to be like the conflict because it's like everybody. One
Now,
before I even get to go ahead.
well, granted though, the same ex actually has met somebody else that she's interested in, and she even to a point she actually asked me advice on that. Like I gave her the absolute best advice to a point she was like, "Yo, you're really a real one." I think she knew the slight
It was
interest that I
somebody.
might have had.
It was somebody that you knew, or
No, no, no. I totally don't know this person that she was talking about. Like, cause you know she still does her thing. She's out in a different,
right,
totally different state and stuff like that.
right,
And so she's just like the last time we spoke, she was just like, yeah, you know, there's this, and this. I was like, oh, word, yeah. And then she like started asking me for advice, and I was like, all right, cool. Well, time to set everything aside for real, for real. Whatever is left has to go. So I pushed it aside, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. And it was nothing to really diminish what she was trying to go for. It was literally just like, yeah, here's what you should do. Boom, 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 boom. Everything was actually a building block to go up.
right.
So yeah, and she was just like, oh yeah, you're a real one for that, and such and so forth. Because she was like literally like, surprisingly so, she was concerned to a degree, not as in like chaotic concern, but it was just like, I need your advice on this. I need, you know, from another male's perspective, like this, and this, because it's been a minute.
Okay.
Because she's more experienced with the women than she is with men. It's been some time.
Right.
So
Yeah. All right. So for me, this one is a big gray area, right?
mm-hmm.
Because I violated this one to an extent, but like I said, it's a gray area. So when it comes to like my ex's circle of friends, while I haven't dated any of them, I've had sex with them. So obviously, you know, that's kind of breaking the rules still, but at the same time, you're not putting nothing like official on it.
And you, hold on, so I want to make sure I got this one straight. So you were the one who was breaking the rule, like for the bro code, or like you actually was like,
I mean, no, if it comes to like, if I'm dating a girl and
mm-hmm.
me and the girl break up
Mm-hmm.
and I start having sex with her friends, I felt like I was breaking the,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, one thing that we don't specifically mention, and not just me and you talking on the podcast, but people in general, it's mentioning when people are off limits, we always talk relationship.
mm-hmm.
Nobody never specifies one-offs. Link, you know what I'm saying? Sneaky links and linking. No, even though if somebody was to be like, yo, such and such, fucks your ex, a nigga gonna be blown.
Yeah, I mean, with that, it
So
that's still messy, man. Because
no,
it's just all depends on who you really dealing with.
it is.
'Cause that's giving people ammunition for some shit to come up that, especially when you're not around.
Which is also true. And then you got to think about the whole other aspect of like, you know, call a spade a spade. Females messy. So when females get mad at each other, that could be the.
Exactly why I said what I said.
But you gotta think from a young guy's perspective. It's like, bro, when you living, and you just like, man, YOLO.
Until that shit come back.
And it might, but at the same time, it's just like you're making a conscious decision to do this.
Mm.
So I mean, obviously, back then, I'm thinking with a completely different mindset than what I have now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Back then, it was just like, I mean, we ain't work out. What you care for?
Facts, yeah, which I'm sure everybody has said in their younger time.
Right. So now it's more like, all right, it's a respect thing, which is when you spoke on like the morals. It's like I can attest to that, but everybody not going to attest to that because a lot of people don't have morals.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people, if I see a female I'm attracted to, I don't care who she dated. If I want to fuck her, I'm gonna go fuck her. A lot of niggas thinking like that. A lot of niggas, it's I ain't gonna say it's niggas in your circle, but it's like niggas in that outer layer that you see a lot.
I'm gonna just start calling your ass the eye opener.
No, because
that's literally just the truth is being revealed at this point of who you've been dealing with,
right?
Like friends and relationships.
And it's like I always say, because we grew up in this area and we was outside so much, you just exposed to so much from a very young age, and then it just carries on. And I literally felt like I almost seen everything that life has to offer. Besides me getting rich, I'm just, I like to still think that's the icing on the cake. That's like, all right, this nigga done seen everything. Let's go ahead, give him $1 million or something. You know what I'm saying? But no, you done seen so much. So I seen everything like unfold like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I done seen niggas dap up. Oh yeah, that's like my bro and shit like that. And then when bro walk off, yeah, his girl was over my joint the other day though. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Y'all bros, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
I can definitely attest to that shit, man. I've definitely seen some corruption and a whole lot of fuckery. That's why I am the way I am, bro. And I'm too wise to this shit, man. I just seen it too much.
And then you got to throw that into the situation too. Like, everybody fucked up.
Yeah, this shit is real, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking real.
Yeah. So it's like, you can try. But I know for me, when I was younger, I ain't gonna lie, I was running off like almost pure hormone. So while I could respect the bro code of like, if you dated somebody, I wasn't gonna fuck with your ex. I could be friends with him, I could be cordial with him, and never try my hand. Mm-hmm. But when it came to my exes and they friends, once I get once a sensor goes off, because I got like a real strong sense. I can almost smell it on the female when she's being fast, when she got whole tendencies, when something seems like it'll be easy to have some intercourse with a female.
Well, that's damn near apparent nowadays.
Huh?
That's damn near apparent nowadays.
But I'm talking about back then. I mean, yeah, now it's kind of like, who not? You know, yeah, now it's like, yeah, who not? You know what I'm saying? Like, we done made sex the biggest thing since sliced bread now. So now it's like, it is what it is. But nah, it's a lot of shit. So this the last one. This is an interesting one. This is fun. This is a fun one right here. So, sans you even being in a relationship, you're not in a relationship, but you have interest in a female, and your bros know you got interest in this female. You express this time in and time out again. Mm-hmm. Like how we sit around over here, or we sit at Mike's house and we talk about certain females that we got a strong liking for. Mm-hmm. What do you feel about your bro going smack at a female that you mentioned plenty of times that you got like strong feelings for and interested in eventually pursuing her?
As much as I want to say off bat, don't fucking do it. Don't do this shit. Because, and I'm actually speaking from the perspective of as actually being that friend that actually went for the girl.
Okay. Backstabber.
Nah, it wasn't like the intention of just like fuck that nigga and shit like that. But and I'll go into details in a minute. But so that right there really takes like from my experience, it takes a hell of a lot of fucking discussion and confirmation and shit. Now, in my experience, the instinct was this, because I know that there was expression made about the female in the first place before I even met her. And I was genuinely happy for dude. I got time to tell the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, all right, cool. So, me and homie had just canceled a beef after like weeks. or whatever.
So
It was
mental note. Y'all was beefing. Go ahead.
it was some discrepancies of habit that was happening that I didn't really fuck with, and I felt like he handled nonchalant. And so we had our beef. After a while, a little bit of a while, we canceled the beef afterwards. Like, apologies was made. We had more of a rational conversation. Now, the conversation before, like when the beef was about to really just start, I was kind of like, well, it is what it is. I'm over it. I'm like, all right, bro, you can do you, whatever. Like, just at this point, get out of my face. But now, like when we were squashing it, it was like, all right, man, I appreciate it, and such and such. Like, we try to come to more of an understanding of each other's views and experiences of the situation.
Okay.
So I think it was like 2 or 3 days in after canceling the beef or whatever, he starts bringing up the female. And so he's talking about her, showing me for a split second a picture of her and everything like that. And I was like, I was just genuinely happy for him. I was like, okay, so you met somebody and everything like that. Now, the way he made it seem like it was like a serious thing happening.
Okay.
And so I met her. First impression was trash. Second time I met her, it was like maybe a day or two after. And I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, what is she doing here kind of thing? But I was like, you know what? Well, Mark, you're known for being pessimistic. So let's try not to be pessimistic. Let's be optimistic or whatever. And I was like, you're hanging out with your homie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that was the intention from the get-go. He didn't let me know that he was bringing her. And we hung out and everything. And things, we hit it off too much. But upon that, because it was like, so admitting there was something in the air, but I wasn't really going to be the one to approach it. Okay. I was just going to let it slide. I'm like, all right, the night is ending or whatever. We can talk and chop it up or whatever, but like, it wasn't the intention to really do anything. So she gave she was basically giving a green light for certain shit, and I was just like, yo, but what about such and such?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the clarification, quote unquote, was being brought down. He wasn't present for that though.
Right.
And so now thinking in hindsight, I really should have brought it to his attention, though she claims that she talked to him about it several times before. And then there has been times where the conversation was brought with all three of us around. But at that time, I think he was just kind of being like the yes man, just trying to like save face so he can still be around so she wouldn't be upset with him.
Gotcha. Because
to be honest with you, like, there was a lot of manipulation and all three parties that was happening. Mine was revenge manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
His was like trying to stick around, so he was saying face so he could still stay close in between. And her was just like dominant, I'm going to make this for the best of my, benefit of myself type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All the way around. So I kind of had that feeling, and I should have stuck with it, where it was like, man, he's just saying this just because she's here and he, trying to save face for her or whatever. It happened. We got more involved, and it just caused a lot of issue. Like, he literally was trying to find things to like sabotage us, on top of what was already going on with us in the first place that I felt like we really could have worked through, but it was just too many outside people speaking into the ears of things.
Okay.
So that there is, it's a really big clusterfuck waiting to happen. You really got to establish some things with all parties there. You know what I'm saying? Because like some people just like, all right, well, it is what it is. Because he did a couple things a couple times or whatever. But like I said, it was said that it was nothing serious. And I know he has the habit and routine and pattern of doing these things. So that's why it was so believable. Like, oh yeah, well, since you said that, yeah, it probably is that. Because he's done that before, so many years, before that. So it's just like, well, not so many years before that, like years ahead of that, but like so many years down the line, he kept doing that. So it was like, all right, cool. So it was believable. And it kind of like, I was just like, all right, giving in. And so I'm not a hit it and quit it kind of guy anymore.
Okay.
and that's, thank God that has ended for me years ago. I really don't like to participate in one night stands, though I do have my times. So, progression is happening. But I haven't did that in a minute, thank God, though. That's just too much trouble. But yeah, it was an issue that it could have been avoided had I just stuck to my guns and not doing it, or at least try to talk about it. Like, hey, yeah, this is what's being said, so I need you present. Can you confirm this?
Okay.
End of story.
Kind of feel like you were wrong anyway.
I mean, I was. I definitely was. Wholeheartedly. Because it's just like, I just should have never did it. Like, I know he was interested, and it was just weird because he did so good at downplaying it and making me believe that he wasn't.
Oh, man, come on.
And I was just like, yo,
One
but
thing,
you was just telling me this the other day, and I was just like, huh? And it was just I don't know.
One thing I always say, I've been saying this for like the last 10 years. If there's ever a shortage on actors in Hollywood, Hollywood needs to kidnap a bunch of niggas.
They do.
Because niggas know how to act.
It's just, I don't know, like, it was just a lot going on with him, where like I said, it was a habit. Like, he did this with every female that showed.
But I wouldn't say,
like, you know how you got those friends that, like, literally just, like, attach themselves to the slightest, nicest gesture or every opportunity. And he was like, yeah, that's my girl. And such. It was like that. Like, there were some things that really had to be broken down. Like, yo, I don't know how you came to this conclusion type of thing. But nonetheless, an interest is an interest.
Yeah, it is.
So
if you like her, you like her. Me, like I said, because I've seen this for so many years, I've shaped my life. This is one of the branches on the tree that I've shaped my life around. There's not going to be over a handful of people at any given time frame in my life, even right now, as I'm sitting here right here talking to you, that's going to know who I actually like. Like, when I post all these Women Crush Wednesday, and I get asked a lot by, like, other females, you know what I mean? When I post, like, all these Women Crush Wednesdays, Instagram models, celebrities, and stuff like that, I don't really like those type of chicks. Mm-hmm. Anybody that knows me knows I do not like them plastic, non-natural-esque females. But you know why I do that? Because when niggas find out who you really like, all of a sudden, they like her too. Mm. This now, I'm not saying this just to say this. I have a proven track record throughout my entire life. From the first time I remember being interested in females up until about 6-7 years ago, which is when I implemented this, you know what, I'm just going to put up an umbrella and all of these people are going to think I like her. So when they go, and niggas, I've seen it so many times, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So it's just like, I can understand why niggas do that. I can understand why niggas downplay liking a chick, knowing damn well they like a chick. Even though I think that part is more of a confidence thing than anything. But nah, I completely understand when a person is doing that. I do it. Like, I could count on one hand how many people know who I actually got a crush on right now. You know what I'm saying?
I know it had to be very few because I don't even know who you have a crush on. So
and it's like, and you know, no offense to you. I mean, well, you do know, you just never seen her. But I mentioned it a couple of times. I'm not gonna say her name while we're recording.
Man, you just know my lifestyle, man. It's over my head, bro. I told you I'd be oblivious to
shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you can see it even now. It's like people that I know. It's like, oh damn, you be talking to such and such, and I be like, yeah, we just be cooling. But it's just a female friend. It's not somebody I actually like.
Mm.
And then next thing you know, now they trying to chill with her. Now they want to talk to her. Now they DMing her. And I'm like, this is what y'all doing with chicks I don't like. I could just imagine what niggas would do if they know. Because it's like the testosterone thing.
Yeah, then, man, that sounds like some major psychology issues right there.
But is that not what's wrong with like a lot of dudes?
Dudes and females.
Yeah, yeah, especially them. Well, I don't really even speak on them because I feel like from the knowledge that I gained from females is like they friendships be competitions and shit like that. So that's just bound to fail. Because what we talked about a long time ago, when it comes to competition, somebody is going to lose, and nobody likes losing competitions, especially when they feel like they're better than the other person. And that kind of like train wrecks everything going forward.
I feel like that don't happen too often. Well, that kind of competition doesn't happen too often with men. Just typically because us, it's just simple, thick swinging contests. Like, yeah, just for a second, I'm better than you. I'm going to just go harder than you. And then it's just like, oh, man, well, you know what? That sucks. But, man, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Where female, it's like, it's literally like, it's like their whole ego and shit is attached to that.
But you gotta be around men that's like that. Because it's men that's like the females, too. Now, all of a sudden, cuz got a problem with you, and you know what I'm saying? You ain't done nothing. You know what I mean? And then you can start to see, like, damn, such and such been like acting funny lately a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't getting the invites out no more. But nah, like I was saying, like, I keep it to a very small number of letting people know who I actually got a crush on. Like for me, you're just gonna have to see on that grand day when I just be like, oh yeah, this who I'm dating now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can stop with the messages and this and that, and then go from there.
The sad part is I literally have one person that fits all of this shit that we've been talking about. And I've already mentioned them before. And I'm going to be mentioning them again because literally they put me through all that shit.
Yeah, and it's like, those are the people that you just got to, I ain't going to say get rid of them, but you got to keep at a distance.
Oh, no. They had to go.
I mean, yeah, I mean, potentially,
this
but you know, everybody don't got the heart to. And we talked about this before we started recording. Everybody ain't got like the.
It's either you get the heart or you gonna have to get forced to do it.
People go that way though. I mean, how many times you heard people say, "I got to do things the hard way," or "I got to be forced to do it"?
I mean, I've heard that, but I don't know how serious it is. But I know for a fact that I had to go through some extremes for certain shit. Yeah, and I guess that's just because like I'm a chance giver. To a certain degree, it depends on who you are and how, you know, what we've had together and stuff like that. I'm a chance giver because I believe in that, and I know I could be a tough dude to deal with too.
I'm not,
and just getting better. But it's just, yeah. This particular person had to go, and it was shown. Thankfully, so the one I just told you about, saying that he had interest in the girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same one I found out that's been trying to talk to my exes behind my back after leaving.
I mean, revenge, right?
No, this was before.
Oh, it was before.
Found out this was before
so
I even married.
You were doing the revenge.
Yeah, and not knowing.
Yeah, you knew, nigga.
No, like not knowing that it was revenge. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I had found out during, like, I was like, yeah, such and such. I'm finding out that he's been trying to have sex with a friend of mine's who had to come and talk to me about his approach and everything. Just randomly, like, yeah, man, I'm horny, such and such, and trying to fuck off the random off of Facebook. And then finding out he's trying to holler at my high school sweetheart afterwards and shit like that. It was just like a whole bunch of shit. He was even like slandering my name to her, just like, I guess to increase his chances with her and shit like that. He was like exploiting the weaknesses of our history. And it was just easier for him to do that because he's been around for so long. So a lot of people wanted to believe him or whatever and can relate and shit.
Okay.
And so that's where you just got to learn how to, be careful of who it is you have around and who you include and who you tell shit to and whatever. So I definitely dealt with that. But also, it did give me that feel like all of a sudden, you interest in this particular person after you finding out that I like him and stuff like that. Like, there was even, like, he started a pattern before. There was this one girl that I was talking to, and, like, we were doing stuff together and everything like that. We did things. And so, all of a sudden, he's developing this crush. This is where that habit, that pattern I told you about started to become very apparent.
Okay.
Yeah, like he knew me and her were doing things and stuff like that or whatever. That next thing you know, he's just like, yeah, man, that's, my quote unquote best friend or whatever, and so on and so forth. Like she gets naked in front of me or whatever, and this now, and this is after like we had again another one of our little beefs. He was like, yeah, this, and this, and this, and I like her and everything like that. I always had feelings for her since day one. I'm like, what? And so it's just like those were certain red flags that I kind of ignored because I was like, yeah, man, we've been friends for so long, and like that's a brother. He was like a brother to me, and I took that seriously. And so we have our disagreements and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, it's like, all right, cool, water under the bridge. I'm a person who's not really objective against trying to work things the fuck out.
Okay.
Because I really don't want to hate you. I really don't want to hold a grudge on you because, one, it takes a hell of a lot of energy. And if I let that shit manifest, God only knows what I'm going to do to you. So I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't want to hold on to that shit. So I try my best. Like, little do people know. But yeah, he was just like, yeah, I got a crush on her and this and this and this. I'm like, bruh, you know what me and her been doing. Like, you was around for that. Like, you witnessed this.
Right.
And now suddenly it's just like this backstabbing betrayal kind of thing that was happening. And I just learned more and more and more shit happened once I started dealing with the shorty that he was interested in.
Okay.
And like I said, red flags was happening even during that point. Just proving what kind of friend he really was. And so I do regret the experience, but at the same time, it actually helped get rid of some shit that I didn't really pay attention to, the fact that I should have just been kept away. Like that beef, it could have been cordial, but the distance should have never been closed.
Okay.
So, man, like I don't know, like, and then my experience, like, women, they're the martyr for sure. Like they just shit happens, and me, I'm not that type of dude that really cares for it. No, I'm not gonna beat on my chest for shit. I'm not gonna do it for a female or whatever. I mean, it's now the match of egos, and I don't care for nobody else's ego. I don't even really care for mine. I don't like to have an ego. Egos can get you in some stupid shit, which I don't got time for. I don't care for it. So, when it comes to a female now, it's just like, I mean, it's either you know the moral and all this other stuff, and we talk about it, and then whether it's going to be squashed or not. But at the end of the day, somebody's going to do what the fuck they want to do.
Right.
So it's just like, all right, bro, like, I can't deal with you, whatever, boom, boom, and keep it moving. And, like I say, those are the moments of truths that expose shit.
Facts. Yeah, I feel like with all of this, it's a real fine line when it comes to this type of stuff. Because at the end of the day, I even feel like even if like somebody was to approach you about wanting to date your ex, I kind of feel like, and I've been on, and not as far as like dating the ex, but like working with somebody like one of my bros' ex or something like that. I kind of feel like it's just the unofficial protocol to follow, because I kind of feel like they're gonna fuck with each other either way. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to do it the right way, and if you're not accepting of it the right way, then they just gonna do it behind your back until they ready to be public. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't know. Like I really just feel like like half of me really just saying like, you know, at the end of the day, if you just ain't work out, you just ain't work out. It ain't no timetable or nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you like, I don't know, because then I'm torn because it's like if you was in like a relationship, if you my bro was in a relationship for like 10 years with a shorty, and y'all break up, and then I start dating her, that means, yeah, something's somewhere down the line, something was wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
the core factors to me out of this is either it's
I'm on the fence.
know who you dealing with, speak your grounds, or just be prepared to separate everything, because
I would go with the last one.
yeah, like, and that literally sounds. It really sounds like the best option out of this whole podcast. It just sounds like the best thing to really do. I mean, it. I do know and believe that there are rare chances that you really are not going to feel bothered if one of your friends talk to somebody. But like I said, it depends on what it is that you've done. I had a friend who actually, well, the girl approached me, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, because there was a girl I was like doing stuff with. We weren't really together or anything like that, but we was definitely doing stuff. And so there was one day that actually kind of showed like the potential, like, oh man, yeah, they could have been this, but nothing really happened from it. But many years down the line, I got this this phone call and was like, yeah, hey, me and such, we found this interest and everything like that, and I know that's like somebody you call your cousin or whatever, blah blah blah, and you know, I just wanted to talk to you about it and see like how you really felt from it. And I guess I don't know, she may have genuinely cared, and maybe the dude did too.
Okay.
And I guess trying to make sure that things wasn't gonna be awkward, or they just wanted to figure out how they was gonna approach it, if they was gonna do it anyway, like what they needed to do, like keep it under wraps or what.
Right.
But I was just like, oh yeah, go ahead, because it was just, I was sitting there thinking like, well, I have done stuff with you, but at the same time, like, how often would that really be? And two, like, we're not in a relationship kind of thing. And it's not like we're like really super on building anything.
Right.
Like, we hanging out and stuff like that. And then it's just that, you know, you happen to be a female friend that I've had sex with.
Mm-hmm. Which is quite common.
So, you know, it was just like, I was like, bro, who am I to really going, you know, to stop y'all for real? And it's just like, you know, time will tell her what it is that y'all going to be or what y'all are not going to be. So, you know, though, I don't know how often those chances will happen, though. To me, it's rare.
What you mean?
Like, just to be like, I don't care, go ahead. And not really. I mean, now to a degree, I kind of felt like,
a lot of people
damn,
say,
like,
a lot
you
of
know,
people say that.
I wish you would have said this before, because I had some speculation and y'all made it seem like it wasn't that. But you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it was just like, all right, cool. Well, you know what? I mean, now it's finally out in the air. I mean,
I feel like a lot of people say, oh yeah, you know, it's cool, go ahead. I feel like 90% of people that say that don't actually mean it though.
I mean, I did. I ain't gonna lie. There was like a funny thing about it that like I felt like, to a point was just like, why did I actually even felt that? But it was just like, to me, I believed it was just that I felt disappointed that like, damn man, y'all should have said this sooner. Like, get that shit out of the way.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Because I'm a type of person also, I don't like to be around awkward shit. Like, if you guys have an interest, fucking say it. Mm-hmm. Instead of just like all of us being around each other and then trying to like move in silence and trying to contain yourself in certain things in there. Shit, give me the option to figure out whether I'm gonna stay or leave. Like, dog, like, cause y'all acting this way because of me, and it's honestly not even my fault. It's y'all's. Like, y'all don't have to do that. Say you know what it is, and then we can just go from there. So I don't like to be around awkward shit. So it's just like, you know, damn, like, wish I would have known this sooner. But at the same time, it's just like, all right, cool. I mean, what am I really doing with it? So,
yeah. See, a lot of people not like that though. I mean, I don't know.
If it gets any deeper than that, and if it's anything quite similar to what it is that I've done
Yeah.
with that situation, then it's just like, to me, that sounds like pride. And you have to let that go.
Yeah, I feel like for me, I would have to be in that. Well, I pray to God I'm not, but I would have to be in that situation just to be like, how would I feel? But I more than likely will feel some type of way. I don't care who's like. It could be somebody I just met. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, oh damn, I'm thinking about talking to such and such. Well, yeah, you know, I used to date her and shit. Nigga, I expect you to be like, oh, for real? All right, there, man.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, whether you go behind my back and do this shit or not, you know what I'm saying? I expect you to like just, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, and I'm speaking on like back in the day, because nowadays, I feel like it's gonna happen regardless.
So I have a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been that friend where you was just like, you asked about it, and so they spoke their piece about it, and then you was like, all right, cool. You know what? I'm going to actually respect that and be the type of friend where you haven't really done anything but still got blamed for, suspicions anyway.
Hell yeah.
Because I think that's probably what started with a lot of, some, I ain't going to say a lot, but some dudes were like, you know what, man, I'm going to get blamed for this shit anyway, so I might as well.
And that's a tricky statement. And that's so tricky. Because, one, any nigga that says that, you was just searching the heavens for an excuse to go do it.
Oh yeah, that's what we do. We'll try to talk ourselves into the shit anyway.
Yeah,
just like we're gonna have to justify the means or whatever the case may be.
So we had this group in high school, and we super deep, and this is how life works out. The niggas that's actually doing this shit, nobody suspecting niggas or anything. Mm-hmm. The niggas that's like genuinely cooling be the niggas that always like. But yeah, it's like I've always had that reputation of chilling with like a lot of females. So ever since I was young, that's what me and my best friend we cared about. Like everybody else wanted to be like the gangsters and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to be like the funny cool kid with the females. So it's like, because we was like that at such a young age, now you learn way in advance how to talk to females. So by the time you get to like a middle school and high school, and niggas is just now learning how to talk to females, now you like a seasoned veteran.
I beg to differ.
Think so?
Yeah, because so what I was told when I was much younger, that I was always around girls. And so I think I realized I was hanging around a lot more around females was probably middle school.
Okay.
But even to this day, I don't think I really know how to talk to females like that for real.
Well, that's probably because you weren't trying to hone the craft.
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't too big into trying to like make it a thing until maybe probably either 8th grade or actually freshman year.
Yeah, see me. I'm more like I was more like 5th grade. I was like, I need to sharpen these skills.
I mean, yeah, like I've had curiosities about girls, but I definitely wasn't trying to sharpen the skills. It was just like I told you, oblivious. I was just there.
Yeah, I tell you, I tell you, bro. We was just so advanced. That's all. Like that's all I really, because we was outside. Like I said on the other podcast we did a little while ago, I was like, because we were so outside all the time, the ages they grouped into. Nobody's gonna be like. Unless, like I said, unless they were smoking weed or something, nobody's gonna be like, "Hey, y'all too young, go ahead over there." Nah, niggas is getting like whatever conversations being had that day, we was gonna be front row to it.
That's how it was for me though. But I actually thinking about it now, yeah, I should have learned how to talk because like I was always, and this is back then when like girls really like the mystery dudes. I was a mystery.
Yeah,
I wasn't saying too much. I was chilling in the back. I was with the whole gang of cousins and shit like that. We cooling and talking and everything, and it was just not me not knowing why the girl liked me or thought I was cute or anything. It was because I was just a mystery. I
Right.
wasn't doing too much. So then I should have learned how to like talk because it kept coming at me because of stuff like that.
Right. So by the time we got to high school, it was like, niggas had their little girlfriends and stuff like that. And we was always like cool with everybody. So it wasn't never nothing like, oh, you know what, fuck your boyfriend or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It just, everybody was like cordial and cool. So when niggas would break up with their girls, because you know how high school was, it's like we would still be cool with the female. But because now that she's single, she hang out with us more.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that kind of was always, I ain't gonna call it a trap. But essentially, that's kind of like what it was. Because it's like, once you start hanging with us, you're not gonna really want to leave. And that's how it always was. Like, just imagine a group with, like, you take my personality. You know me for a while now.
Mm.
You multiply me times, like, 5 or 6. And then there's an outer layer of people that's not fully us, but somewhere in that general area.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another outer layer of people, and you get to, like, 20, 25 people, and it's just like, yo, everybody's like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, obviously, the group that I was in high school, I had, personalities mixed with them, and then I also had like the personality mixed from around here.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like I'm like a hybrid. So now it's like, because this area was popular, once girls found out you was living around here, oh yeah, I'm trying to come over your house, I'm trying to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It looks funny. But a lot of girls I did have sex with over here. But a lot of girls you wasn't even really messing with. Because, like, I told Mike this. When me and Mike first started, like, getting close, it's probably, like, 2019 when he first moved around here. I was telling him, I said, bro, the stuff that you hear niggas outside telling you, don't believe all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, my penis would fall off if I had sex with every girl that nigga seen me with.
To me, though, if they believe it, that means that's something that they was already thinking before they
Right.
heard it from somebody else.
Right. And it's like, yo, niggas could be females with friends. Not a lot of them. I can't be friends with a lot of females.
Story of my life.
I got a few of them though. But it's like, nah, the average nigga is eventually, because opposites attract. We court females, we date females, you marry females, you have sex with females. That's the counterpart. Mm-hmm. So eventually, if a chick is like on some other shit, you're gonna catch feelings eventually.
Yeah, typically it does take for somebody just to decide to break the ice sometimes.
That too.
Like, if you get the leeway, both of y'all like, you know what, I'm not stopping nothing, you not stopping nothing.
Yeah.
Now that the ice is broken.
And
but, yeah.
but nah, up like in high school and then after high school, because I was like coming fresh out of high school, I was in like a big relationship that lasted 5-6 years. So from that point to like 2013-ish, that part of my life doesn't count because I was in a relationship. But as soon as I got out of that, from that point on up until like 2017-ish, because I got into another relationship then, and then that was a plane crash eventually. And then from like 2018 or early 19 up until now, I just been cooling. So now nobody can say nothing because you're single. People don't know who I've been dealing with now. That's another thing about you dating people that everybody know and shit like that. People keeping tabs on y'all. You know how they do celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like shit like that. Now you could just be private. You see me post pictures with females. You can only speculate. You see females come over here all the time. Like I'm when I be at the store and I see people, yo. All right, one more quick story, right? Mm-hmm. This from like 10 years ago. Nah, this is like 2015, 7 years ago. I was talking to this girl, right? And we was about to come here and have sex, right? Now, mind you, around this time, I was bringing in girls like two a week.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I broke up with that big relationship that I was in, that's the way I was dealing with it, with sex.
Right.
I don't smoke, I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? That was my
Yo, coping.
yeah. So, mind you, I had a neighbor. He used to live like about 4 or 5 houses over, still in this little court, but it's like over there or whatever. He used to see like all the females that I would bring, through here, bruh. So, chick, she caught the bus over this joint. The bus stop across the street. I'm at the bus stop waiting for her. She get off the bus. Now, this is why I say it's best to just be honest with these chicks up front. So that way, silly shit can't fuck your situation up. Mm-hmm. So the chick knew like what it was up front. Thank God, because she gets off the bus. We walking towards my crib. We walk past, where the mailbox at. Mm-hmm. Neighbor is at the mailbox, and this nigga blurts out, "Damn, cuz it's like the third one this week, ain't it?" And she look up, and she smiled, and she was like, "Oh, player." And I was like, "Yeah, my niece was over here the other day, and then yeah, my ex was over here the other day." She knew I was still like messing with my ex. Mm-hmm. I don't know how she would have taken like, "Damn, I'm the third bitch over here this week."
It's a good thing she had a good sense of humor on it though.
But yeah, cause it's on her too though. Cause now she don't want to come off as like, "Oh, I'm just another hoe." Mm. So you gotta kind of like save face too. Apart, she probably thought that in a moment. But then yeah, I told her to go ahead and walk up. Had to holler at the neighbor like, "Come on, bro. Like, come on, son. You ain't come on, bro. Like, why niggas be doing shit like that?"
I think it's like haterism for real, because it's not them. I mean, it's like it's not deliberately hating, but it just happens because you're not the one who was in the situation. So you just you're not considerate of what's happening right now when you say things.
Like, bro, just enjoy the view. Because as many basic jumps as I would bring around here, I would bring some bad jumps around here too. I would show them off a little bit. We might go drive up to the mall. We might, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you starting some trouble for whoever might be listening. So which one was I? Basic or what?
I like I said, you really got to be honest. And when it comes to females, I'll admit this. So I'm not saving face. I'm not trying to take away no hostility or nothing. I prefer basic females over bad bitches. I prefer like a natural looking, normal, cute girl. I'll take cute over sexy. That's my type of girl.
You feel like sexy is just like pretty excessive?
Nah, because I feel like when we bring up sexy, I feel like mentally it takes us to another place. You got different expectations for this person. You suspecting different things might be happening. The odds of like this person. It's all. Remember, we had a conversation a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Bad bitch go to the mall. You dating her. 100 niggas a day going smack at her. You really think she's turning all these niggas down? Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's a lot of baggage that comes with them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So basically trying to save yourself the trouble. Because I was about to ask you, like, do you just associate sexy with, like, lust? And that's all it is.
But that too. That's like, it's a bunch of things. It's like a bunch of things. And I feel like, because cute girls, if they got a good personality, they become sexy anyway.
Mm-hmm. I was about to mention that too.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you're still going to be sexy. It's just that I don't want to approach you or talk to you with that being the main foundation.
Facts, because it's bound to fail anyway.
Right. Because then, odds are, she knows she's sexy. Might got a little pride and ego with her. Now I might got to jump through some hoops. Like it's just so much that go into it. So I prefer a nice.
Don't get me started.
But nah, to bring it full circle. Yes, I have been accused of messing with females that I shouldn't be messing with. However, nobody has ever proved me to be guilty, and I will admit that I've had sex with my ex's friends. But as far as like my friends' exes go, nah, I wouldn't do that.
I really had to think on it too, because I don't want to be the type of guy to be like, nah, I never did that, and I actually did. I'm really thinking, no, nope, I haven't.
Yeah.
I've had I had an ex whose friend who wanted to try, but this is before me and the ex became a thing.
Okay.
Well, we were doing enough to be a thing anyway. We just didn't put the label on it yet. But yeah, I never did anything. No. I lied. I ended up dating a girl right afterwards, because I remember I told you and Mike this before. I actually ended up dating a girl who was actually supposed to be best friends with an ex, and me and her actually started talking through a Sweet 16.
Okay.
Yeah. And I ended up finding out afterwards that they were best friends after we already got started and getting involved with each other.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I kept going with it. And honestly, I didn't really feel like it was much of a thing at the time anyway, because she left me. And so it was just like, and I took it hard. But then after some time, like, I got invited to a Sweet 16 and then everything like that, because, like, I met the girl who was having a Sweet 16. It was pretty cool. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not go? And I went. Mm-hmm. And it happens to be that my ex was there. And I was like, oh, shit. And everything like that. And it was brought up and discussed to a degree.
Okay.
But it was kind of like, almost like it is what it is kind of thing. But there were some expressions that were brought up that was kind of showing like, yeah, I didn't expect that, and this is kind of making me feel funny.
Right. That's understandable. It's a lot of gray area with this.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear other people's comments and opinions. This should be another good one. In the meantime, we might revisit this down the line sometime.
Always. It's life.
Yeah. This is going to be episode 84 or 85. We're almost at 100 episodes.
I was going to say, man, we in 100 something now. Because that number 80 sound like we mentioned that before.
Well, we just got to it when we first started. Obviously, this is going to slow down tremendously now that we're dropping every other week instead of every week.
Like, man, I'm just running it with my head down. So
we throw a party once we get to episode 100 or something. I'm trying to tell Mike to throw a party at 50, but he wasn't trying to. So 100, we got to do something. Yeah.
Party at who house? My house or yours?
Well, you got the party house, so yeah, Mike could do that. In the meantime, this has been another Breaking the Narrative podcast, BTN for short. I am Teddy.
And I'm Mark Anthony.
And we are out.
Peace.